Hey guys, it's Bobby Legs, and thanks for joining tonight. Tonight we have a State of the Collection stream with my buddy Brad, but we're having a little bit of technical difficulties, and Brad should be joining us shortly. Um, Guys, if you're in the chat, just chime in. Let me know what you're wearing tonight. I am wearing one of my newer additions to the collection, the Gino, I believe it's pronounced. Somebody had corrected me in the comments. The Gino Series 40 Classic chronograph, very, very heavily influenced by Zen. It is a 750 Valjoux movement. Decently decorated, not too bad. 200 meters water resistance, which is interesting because it doesn't have the screwed in pushers. Again, I wouldn't probably push those in if I was in the water, right? But anyway, very, very happy so far. Hey, Chris. Hey, Amin, how you doing? And I think we got Brad in here. Hey, Brad, can you hear me? Hey, buddy. Can you hear me, Brad? Okay, so still having a little bit of technical difficulties. Brad, whenever you can hear us, please chime in. Anyway, hey, Random Rob, how you doing? Got Scott. Nice to see you, Scott. The GMT2 ceramic. Amin's wearing the GP World Time. I can hear you, Brad. Can you hear me? Okay. I think Brad we're still having some technical issues with Brad. Trying to see if you can hear me. Yeah, I see you. I see you, Brad. Can you hear us or see us? Michael, hello from Beijing, man. Nico, what's up, man? How you doing? Black Woman Gamer, what's going on? I know you're on the list for the new is it the Snoopy that you're on the list for? Hope you'll be picking up that very, very soon. Still working out the little difficulties here with Brad. Let's see if he can just get in and out of the stream. Anyway, guys, so what's up? What's up tonight in the Friday evening? Thanks again for joining us tonight. It's always a little crazy putting these things together. I always seem to have some issues. But let's see if Brad can come back in. Let me know can you guys see Brad on the stream? Let me know. Let's see here. My ID says I am first if he gets one. Awesome. That is great to hear. That is great to hear. Yeah, long week, Amin. For sure. And even it's getting crazier, right? The last 24 hours. Yeah, Brad said he couldn't even see or hear me. So that is strange. So I told him to come back, to leave the stream and come back in. So pardon the delays, guys. Heat Sleekers Game 2, yeah. Should be exciting series. I'm into it. All right, let's try Brad again. Hey, man, can you hear me? Still having issues, huh? Can you see us? Oh man. Hey Chris. Hey, Design Outlet. How you doing? Yeah. Damn. Right, Amin. Let me see. We can see you, Brad. and hear you. Yeah, that's a shame because Brad really has a really interesting question, and he promised me some stories behind his collection and why he's made some choices. You know, Brad's a really, really interesting guy, and I've been wanting to get him on the stream, um, but for some reason he's not able to connect. I don't know. I'm gonna keep on going. Let me say, it's cool, man. I'm just typing. I'm chatting with him. Just keep trying. All right, yeah. So I've been really into German watches lately, as you guys know, and I picked up that Gino recently, and I wanted to add back a chronograph to my collection. I had the El Primero, the 38, and it was just I was just not connecting with it after a while, um, and so I still wanted one, but I wanted something like I felt like was a little bit tougher, and so that's why I went with I wanted something German, something Zim like, something Damasco like, I didn't want to spend a whole lot of money on the next chronograph. I wanted something with a Valjoux 7750, a bezel that a bidirectional bezel, and just a tough watch, and I feel like I got that with the Guinot. It's like the 103. It's almost exactly the same specs as the Zin 103, but in total, what I paid for with the conversion from Euro to US, the shipping, and the customs fee, I paid probably like around $700 less for the same comparable Zin. And look, doesn't have the rich tradition that Zin has, the name recognition here in the United States, especially. I know people in Germany have heard of them, but I just wanted something a little bit different in the sense that when people looked at my watch, like anybody looks at the watch, but I mean, I just wanted something like that people never even heard of before, and that was another driving factor when I picked the Kino. So great watch, honeymooning really hard. I could see myself keeping it in the collection for a really, really long time. Hey Clayton, how you doing, man? Good evening, sir, to you. They are a bargain. Yeah. They have so many chronos in their lineup. There's so many good watches to choose from. Okay, let's see if we can get Brad back in here. Brad, can you hear us? Brad.
Hey, Bobby, I'm on.
We can hear you.
Can't see you or hear you.
Can you see the comments? Okay. That's a shame, man. Crazy issue. Brad is very good at doing Zoom meetings and such. It has to be something silly. Yeah. There is something silly with StreamYard. Let me.
Can you all see us both?
Yes, we can see us both. Yeah, I promise you guys, once we get into this, you guys are gonna really, really enjoy this. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. I don't know if he's seen the comments. Let's see. Are you seeing the comments? Yeah. Anyway, so enough about.
I'm not exactly sure.
Not exactly sure either, man.
Try here.
Ah, here we go. Can you hear us? Can you hear us? Brad? Maybe he has his speaker on mute. Let's see. That's happened to me before.
Yeah, I can see the comments, or at least Random Rob's last one is the one that's sitting up there.
Yeah. Right. Scott's touching those. Let's see here. Okay. Let's see here. Let's get him.
Nope, it's not on mute.
Okay. Okay. Oh boy. Okay, guys. So anybody else? Wristwatch checks, please. That'll help us bridge over until we get this this issue with Brad fixed over here. I'm not really sure what's going on. Yes, this is like online charade. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. See, Brad knows. Let me check. Still the Omega. Yeah. So Rob, you're doing Omega all month, huh? Wow. So so you went all month with the tutor, and then you're doing all month with the October October Omega. Man, that I commend you, man. I commend you. I don't know if I could wear the same watch every day for a whole month, and then repeat it with a different watch the next month. So, I mean, good for you, man. Good for you. Hey, Tennessee Mike, how you doing? Clayton's wearing the Weiss. Man, Weiss, Clayton, I think, is honeymooning pretty hard. Yeah, let me see what Brad says. Okay, can you stream from your... Let's see if that works, Amin. That might be a good idea, you know. Brad can join via phone as long as the host is computer. Going to reboot the machine. So Brad's just going to reboot. So, and he's practiced with SteamYard. So, I know Brad is he prepares himself pretty well. And I'm glad and I'm happy that you guys are able to hang in there. I appreciate it. Yeah, he's gonna try and to reboot his computer first, and then so we'll just have to keep it going. And Ahmed, yeah, Random Rod did not sell your Seiko. That was a nice little note that you sent Rob. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. So in the comments, guys, let me know what you guys are thinking about getting next. And in the meantime, I've been I'm noticing, and I've talked to this to a couple of my watch enthusiast friends. A lot of people are paring down the collections lately. Why is that? I mean, good, right? Good. But why? I see that a lot, and it's almost like it's catching on, right? So so people started doing it, and more people are starting to do it, and maybe that's you need to take some pause when you see other people, or maybe I need to take some pause when I see other people paring down their collection. Maybe that's a cue for me to also think through my collection and think of where I want to be, and do I need to have so many watches, or do I need to have these particular watches in my collection? Yesterday Nomos had that, not Nomos, Watch Buys had that Nomos sale where they were getting rid of their inventory in Nomos, right? I guess they're not carrying Nomos anymore. And man, there was some really, really good sales there. And I almost I had a couple of watches in the cart. I was ready to pull the trigger. Hey, Big Wrist, how are you? Enrique, thanks for joining. We're going through some technical difficulties here. Um, uh, um, so you know, uh, I just didn't. I just didn't pull the trigger. I just didn't want to add more. It would have been an impulse buy. Let's try Brad again. Brad, are you there? Can you hear me? Brad, can you hear me? I mean, you guys can hear me, right? So I'm not really sure what's going on. I can hear the background. I can hear Brad in the background. Um, moving around a little bit, but audio wise, I don't think he can hear us. Doesn't sound like it. Brad, can you hear me? Not really sure. Yeah, I know. Smartphone time. Oh boy. I really, really appreciate you guys sticking around, though. It's really, really awesome. Guidon flight engineer or Willard? Neil, that's a good question. That flight engineer is pretty cool, but I think I would go. I think I would go Willard for now. I can't give you a good reason why. I think I just like the Willard. Let me just mute Brad there. I got a real hankering for the new JLC. Okay, Polaris date. I added it to my list. The JLC shop in Vegas is only doing appointment, and I can't get an answer from their email or voicemail. Man, that's a bummer, man. The JLC Polaris is an interesting line in JLC. I'm not sure how I totally feel about that. I think the Rolex AD blew me right. Yeah, we've been hearing some nightmare stories. I've only had a couple experiences going to Rolex ADs, and I didn't feel like I was being blown off. It depends, I think. So the one Rolex AD I went to was in the Oculus in the World Trade Center in New York, and there they were kind of just like, whatever, guys. They really didn't have much inventory in the first place anyway. This was probably like around last December, and they just didn't really seem like they were interested in talking with us at all. But that's okay. I wasn't really there. My buddy Ryan and I had gone to a Watch Buys road show, and we were just coming back to take the path back to New Jersey, and we had stopped in there. Now I went to one in PA. I live in Western New Jersey, just on the border of, well, very close to Eastern PA, but on the Jersey side. And then if you go further in, there is an AD in, and I think is it Bethlehem? It's some mall in between Bethlehem and Allentown. And I was treated very, very well. They didn't have any of the great sports models, but they did have an OP36, the blue dial with the Explorer, blue color Explorer dial. And man, that was really, really tempting to watch. That was a really good looking watch. I mean, I knew I was going to like that watch. I mean, I didn't go there for that specific watch. I just went there for window shopping. And if I got kind of lucky, if there was like a Submariner or a GMT, like dumb luck, just hoping that would happen, fantasy, walking to a dealer AD, and there it would be. But not Mall of Prussia, Chris. That's closer to Philly-ish. I'm more north and west. I mean, straight north probably from King of Prussia. But but they kind of were like, and they followed up with me. They called me up a couple of times because they wanted to push the OP or Datejust. Real, that's what they wanted to get rid of. Yeah, yeah. Been to many ADs. Only two blow me off. I wonder if that's the big city ADs like a New York or a Miami or Chicago. Are they less likely to help you? You know what I mean? Um, So, I don't know. I don't know. It seems that way. Maybe some ADs in smaller areas, population wise, they might be more um, helpful. Um, you know, um, Vegas was great. Are you talking about the ADs in Vegas? I feel like Vegas ADs, just like will be very, very into helping you. There's so much they don't know. They don't know who's coming into their shops, meaning that you can just have anybody come in and they could just have a pocket full of dough. They might have some winnings for playing the blackjack the night before, um, and um, you never know. So you almost have to take everybody seriously in Vegas, I would think, right? I mean, I went to a couple of ADs in Atlantic City years ago when I was at the Borgata, and I think they had a Rolex AD there, and yeah, man, they were trying to sell me hard, but this was over 10 years ago, so you don't have that crazy, um, you know, you didn't have that crazy waiting list at that time. You know what I mean? You could get a sub for like around $5,000. That was like probably in the mid 2005, 2006. Um, yes, that's AD here in Aruba is great. Yeah, I mean, I think you have to be like in a destination place like Aruba, like a travel, where the economy is based. A lot of the economy is based on travel. Um, you have to be super friendly and aggressive because these people who are coming off in cruises or vacation may not come back ever again, right? I mean, I don't know if that makes any sense, but I would think you'd have to be as helpful as possible because you want to make that sale that day. You're not going to be cultivating people necessarily. You're not going to, I mean, but I could be totally wrong, but that's the way I think of it. You just want to, um, you know, um, get people to buy then and there. So you're gonna give people the good treatment, I would imagine. Um, I went to one in the wind, nothing I wanted. Yeah, yeah. If I fly to a major city, I will buy. Okay, so if you go into if you get your chance, the big risk, you'll pull the trigger no matter where you are. Yeah, I mean you got to be ready. I guess with Rolex, right? You have to be ready, or JLC or whatnot. Um, James is in Chicago. Is that where you got your tutor, Rob? Um, they give out champagne if you buy Sprite if you're just window shopping. Sure, man. Okay. I mean, I get that. I get that, man. I mean, like, you don't want to break out the Moet, to somebody who's window shopping. You want somebody you want that credit card to be accepted, and then you could break that out. Uh, yes, tutor and the OP39. Yeah. Yeah. Are you thinking of another OP too, Rob? Or well, you're thinking North Flag, I think. My Rolex AD is super nice, Amin says to me, but not looking to sell me a Rolex. Okay. Okay. No, no. Is he just a Rolex AD, or is it one of these like boutique shops, or are you do they carry other things other than Rolex? Yeah. Yeah. North Flag is next. Cool. Big race. I was in Athens and Atlanta airports last year, July. Picked up a clean in both. Picked clean in both. I went to Athens. Yeah. Yeah. So does Atlanta? I mean, I've never flown into. I mean, yeah, I have flown into Atlanta, but I never really. I never left the airport or left much of the gates. I mean, are there ADs, Rolex AD. I guess there's a Rolex AD in Atlanta. I knew so I my base for when I leave anywhere on a trip is through Newark, and I think they have like a Swatch dealer there, uh, but nothing like Rolex, nothing that I can remember. Well, it's been a while, of course. Um, Black woman gamer, my Rolex AD is nice and sells to me. I really think it's about relationships. Yeah, absolutely right. I mean, you're 100% right. It is absolutely about relationships. I think when it's your local AD, right? But when you're at the airport or when you're in Vegas, or at a tourist destination, it. I don't think you can depend on that as much, Um, so I think you do. It depends on your situation. It depends on where you are. Um, oh yeah, congrats again on 1,000 subs. Is that for me, man, or is that for somebody else? But thanks anyway, though. I know you mean it for me too. Um, Chris from the Watch Lounge just got 1,000 subs too. Anybody else who's reached 1,000 subs or who has a channel, please put in the comment, what your channel name is. Let's help each other out and discover new channels. I think small family-run ADs are just in the bind, and they want to make sure you're on Flipper. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Oh, well, thanks, Random Rob. I will actually be doing a 1,000 sub thank you video. I have a little gift that I will be, doing, randomizer. You add your comments to the video, and I will spin the wheel. And I got a little gift. Nothing too crazy yet. But yeah, it's been fun getting to 1,000. Like it took a little while, and I know some people get there faster, some people get there slower, but my whole goal about starting the channel was, to have fun, to talk about my watches, and then hopefully somebody would listen, and then get involved with the community, which I did, and I got involved. Like it went beyond all my expectations. Like I thought I would make a friend or two, but I have this core group of people that I converse with on a daily basis. I got a group of guys that I do a WhatsApp chat with. I got, Random Rom's got his Discord server with all those guys that I chat with, man. And it's like family. And this happened in less than a year. My first video was October 30th of last year. I did a stated collection, and I could not imagine how, like, I couldn't, if you gave me 1,000 guesses about what my involvement in the watch enthusiast community would be a year from now, this meeting, from last year on October 30th, like I would not have guessed any of this, Chris, I wanted to call you guys friends. Chris is one of the first great relationships I made in this watch enthusiast, little trip I've been taking for the last year, and we started, lending each other's watches, and it was awesome. It was awesome, man. And Chris, you always will be my friend, You always be my friend, man. I love you guys. All right. Steinhardt, he's creeping up, man. I design, like when I'm on my watch box, not watch box, my YouTube studio on the main screen, I check it every so often. And it has a list of like recent subscribers, people who recently subscribed. You probably know what I'm talking about. And yours is always there. I mean, I know you've subscribed me for a little while, and I see your number creeping up every day, and I'm like, yeah, man. Like, like it's almost like following like I don't know what it's almost like following, but I see that number go up and up and up and up every day, man, and it's awesome, man. I love it, Um, Yeah. I'm getting messaged by Brad here. I don't know either. I'm gonna see if you could try his using. Okay. The journey's been crazy. Let's do an SOTC. Hey Daniel, you know what? Email me. I'll have my email in the description. Um, you know, come. We'll do a stream with you. You know, I want you to have your own stream to do this, and then yeah. But I mean, I don't have his phone number. So, and I'm not too savvy on this the StreamYard yet. So we'll just keep going. You know, no problem here. Any updates on the Steinhardt? So no, but all signs point. Well, if you guys didn't know, I had a Steinhardt Regulator. Pretty cool looking watch. I had sold it. It in transit, a screw just broke off from the back. You know, just crazy. So gave the guy the money back. You know, the guy didn't mess it up. It was something that happened in transit. And you know, I emailed Nomon Watches where I got it from, and they told me to send it back to them. And they got it, and I called and I emailed them, and I was you know, asking them, you know, well, I mean, is it covered under warranty? And they said yes. So 4 to 6 weeks, and excuse me, and I should get it. So I'm anticipating not having to shell out any money. It was just, like I said, under warranty. It did cost me an arm and a leg to send it over there, and I probably will sell the watch when I get it, and I'll take a big hit when you add the shipping. But whatever, you know, it's not that bad. It's not that big of a deal. You know, it's a learning lesson. You know, great watch, and you know, I'll probably sell it pretty at a pretty big discount. But whoever ends up getting it is going to get a pretty good watch. You know, yeah. So it's a good watch. New subscriber here, keep up the great work. Thank you, Noor. I appreciate it. Kind of doing this flying off the seat of the pants. I'm going to look back at this video, and I'm going to be like, "Well, that was pretty crazy." But yeah. This should be covered on video, the whole story. Great content. Well, for the whole issue with the Steinhardt, yeah. But you know, I did make a video when I took footage of the email that I got from them and the process that I had to do this, and then I'm gonna send it your way because you had you started the video, you told the story. So you know, I want you to you know, I'll give you all the information I have, and if you want to use the video shots that I take, more power to you. You know, but it is a good story. You know, and good for Nomon because you know, I was worried that they were going to tell me to go fly up a kite. You know, but that what happened there with that screw breaking off, that wasn't because it was wound, or it wasn't a winding issue. It was you know, it was probably a defective screw or part. You know, so that that probably did it. What else, guys? What else can we talk about for a few more minutes? I really appreciate all you guys hanging in there. We'll give this another shot with Brad another day. But I was really looking forward to sharing his collection, and he sent me some crazy pictures, man. You know, I'm gonna hold on to it. We're gonna do it another time. Maybe we'll try again next week. But we will definitely get Brad back on. If you had to keep all your current watches, you can't sell any of them. You could only add one more per year. Would that be okay? So that's interesting. I mean, this thought has come to my mind. Like I thought, like last year, right? I had wherever I was in my collection, I had this game plan that I was going to add one watch a year. I thought that would be how I could proceed in the hobby. I actually even budgeted, you know, how much I would save every month for that one watch, and like when during what part of the year will I pull the trigger and whatnot. But the problem with that is that life happens, and I got two little kids, and yeah, and so things come up, and but that's okay. It's still safe. But then, like, I started hanging around with this crew, this and Random Rob is one of them, and a bunch of other guys, and I got the taste for flipping watches, and now I still have this. I'm happy with the core watches that I have now. I don't think I won't sell any of them for a while. I have um, 8 watches right now, and usually between 6 and 8 is when I feel pretty good. Like anything more than that, I get anxious. But if with this 8, I feel really good, and if I can add one a year, that would be great. But I know myself. I know myself. You know, and I know that's not going to work. You know. Um, yeah, flipper for life. Yeah, I totally am. I never thought I would be a flipper. Until I was. Um, you know. So Brad is still having some difficulties. Sorry, Brad. I don't want Brad to feel. He feels bad. I don't want him to feel bad. About this. So you're trying to make it work. Back when I have to email you back. You emailed me, and hopefully we could still keep our date for 2 weeks from this Friday, because you sent me your collection, and I am looking forward to getting you on and talking to you, because I'm really excited um, about um, well, meeting you and talking to you about your collection, man. I can't wait to see that, and I hope. I mean, it's probably too much to ask for, but I hope you get that Snoopy. I don't know. I don't know when they're supposed to come in. I think you had said on another stream, like in early October. But wouldn't that be awesome if you got that Snoopy, that Omega Speedmaster, in time for our stream in a couple of weeks? Oh man, I would totally love that. That would be so so awesome. Oh man. Uh, let's see here. Having a YouTube channel doesn't it? You know, Chris, you're right, because you know you make friends in the hobby. You make friends with other YouTubers, and so you lend watches back and forth, which is great. And then with Random Rob's group, we have the tour groups, which is great. But sometimes you feel like you just had to pick up a watch like that. That's happened with me with a couple of the the Islander watches that actually the the Yacht-Master Islander in blue and the one in green. Those videos have done really really well for me. And so he's Mark is going to put out another Yacht-Master blue with that red seconds hand, that mod, and I want to totally jump on that. But there's some watches that that you like, and that would make great content, and you can sell them, even if it is for a little bit of a loss. But yeah, I mean, it gets expensive, and and eventually, like now that I have over 1,000 and I'm starting to monetize, it's not a lot of money, but if I can get to a point where I can, with the monetization, cover my shipping expenses, man, I'd be so happy with that. And hopefully that will come in a few years because monetization is, making money on YouTube is not easy, and it's not what, in all seriousness, it's not what I'm here for. This is not a labor of love. I wouldn't call it that. I would call it a passion that I have, and I feel, like, so grateful that you guys watch my videos. It's just, it's great. You'll make tens of dollars. It's so worth it. Yeah, tens of dollars, man. Covers for shipping. Covers for shipping. They announced it on Monday, and that's why the one per year thing isn't really working out. Yeah, yeah, I hear you. Oh man, I hope you get that so soon. I'm gonna live vicariously through you when you get that. Yeah. You can link up live before you go live. Yeah, well, that was the plan. I mean, every time I have somebody come on, I ask them to come in about 10 minutes before, so we can make sure everything's going right. I give them an idea of the structure of the live stream. But we were having issues, you know. So yeah, yeah. So Black Woman Gamer in 2 weeks from now, remember, come in 10 minutes early, so we can get that going. My helmet polish is one of the best purchases. Yeah, so I saw those. So you like them, huh? Yeah, I don't know. I just I think I'm just so awestruck by not awestruck. I mean, that's too much. But I think the divers just catch my eye. Um, the traditional pilot watches, like I think he has, like like the Type A and Type B dials. I like them. I would love to own one day, maybe. I don't know, just but I'd be buying that kind of watch just to check off like something, and I don't know, but maybe I should buy one and see if I really really like it. His stuff is great, man. His dive watches and the price you pay, and I know he basically didn't do any R&D with it. It's all like just putting parts together. It's just like a super mod, basically, with a pretty good price. But still, I still like it, what he's done. Mark over there. You know, especially with the dive watches. I was actually tempted on getting pulling the trigger. He just released the 43 millimeter and the 38 millimeter Pepsi, but with the ceramic lume bezel. So I was actually last Friday. I was like thinking about actually pulling the trigger on that one, but I held off. I'm trying to show a little bit more restraint and not making snap decisions with my purchases. Table them for a day and then come back to it and say, do I really want to do this? Even for watches that I know will just come in and I'll just do a review and sell them. So I'm trying to be more discerning about those. But I tell you, when he comes out with that Yacht-Master with a blue dial again and with the red second hand, that Yacht-Master looking mod of his, I'm getting that one, and that's going to be limited too, right? So he said maybe 100 to 200 pieces. So I have to be looking at my email. I don't know when he's gonna drop that. He actually created some sort of competition to name that watch. Marcus, you agree with you? I'm getting the 18. So design, you kind of live far away, right? I mean, do you live like in Australia or something like that? And he's gonna. I think I don't know why. I think I know that. Maybe it's because you did a stream. You appeared on Celine Driver's stream, Dane's stream. I could be wrong, but if he's shipping it out to you, man, that is awesome, man. Good for you, man. That's a good looking watch, and I think you'll like it. I did have the ISL 18. Is that the Yacht-Master one? The numbers I get confused. I think that's the Yacht-Master one. Aruba. Why am I? I knew it started with an A. And duh. I mean, you were talking about Aruba earlier. Sorry about that, man. Bad. Yeah. So looking forward to that release soon because those watches are super comfortable. I hope he does it. I hope he uses the regular Oyster bracelet and not the Jubilee bracelet that he had with the green Yacht-Master. He had the Oyster bracelet with the blue Yacht-Master one, and I just find that I just like that bracelet better. It's not yeah, the Yacht-Master, the 18. I find it more aesthetically pleasing. I don't know. There's something about that Jubilee type bracelet that he has on the green Yacht-Master that I just didn't like. And he actually has it on and that's another reason why I didn't pull the trigger on the Pepsi that he came out with on Friday with the loomed bezel, because he had it on that strap. And I know I could probably just change it, but I didn't know if I was gonna. If I was planning on keeping it, if I knew I was going to keep it, then I probably would have pulled the trigger and then put another the oyster style bracelet on it. But I didn't. I thought I was probably just going to buy that, do a review, and sell it. And so yeah, I don't know. But looking forward to that release. Yeah. So. Anything else, guys? Sorry, I apologize on behalf of Brad and myself. I really like doing these state of the collections and giving fellow enthusiasts who don't have a channel or anything like that, to give them a chance to talk about their collection, because we all love to talk about our collections, and I know Brad is bummed. I know he was just messing with you. He's bummed that he couldn't make it. But we'll get him on next week. We'll try again next week, and we'll fix the situation, because I'm telling you, he's got a really interesting collection, and I think he's got some good stories behind it, man. Oh man, let's get on Brad tomorrow. Oh man, well the problem is, man, I mean, I promised my wife that I would do no watch stuff tomorrow. If she's working, if she tutors for a living, and now because of what's going on in the world, she does a lot of online tutoring instead. So if she gets a gig, I think she might have. If she has a gig tomorrow night, then I'll work with Brad and see if we can get it. I'm actually gonna tomorrow at 2:30. I'm gonna give a call over to Axel from. He's got a channel, and he lives in Germany. Watchmat. I don't know. I know somebody will tune in and we'll put it up. He does a lot of German watch reviews. He has a German channel, and then he does an English version of his reviews. And yeah. Axel Rose. Yeah, Guns and Roses. Yeah. Yeah. Keep your wife happy. No one watches. All right. Let's not get too crazy there. But I'm trying to work out something, because I want to, you guys know my pursuit for German watches and my love for them, and I wanted to bring somebody on who knows a whole lot more about German watches than I do. And if you ever go to his channel, he does a lot of German brands. I mean, he'll do some other brands, but he focuses a lot on German brands. So I want him to get on here and do a stream with him, or we might do a video depending on the timing, because there's a lot of German watches out there that I know I don't know about, and maybe you guys don't know about. And for me, when it comes to German watches in general, I think pound for pound, compared to like the Swiss watches or Japanese watches, I think you get a whole lot for your money. Examples: Zen, Damasco, I think you get so much for your money, and the finishing, and it's there with Swiss watches in that same tier group. You know what I mean? And then of course, I mean, I know you have the higher end like the A. Lange and Gazzetta Original and Moritz Grossman and all that up there. That's a different level. It's a different stratosphere. But I think with those mid tier watches, let's say, and look, I don't know what your definition of mid tier is or not, but let's say like 1,000 to 5,000. All right. Well, I mean, I think like watches like Damasco and Zen are just powerhouses there, man. You get so much great tech. Sure, you may not get an in-house movement, but that's not. I mean, do we need an in-house movement in all watches? Probably not. It's nice to have a reliable Salida or ETA in there that you can go down the street figuratively and have your local watchmaker repair instead of sending them, halfway across the world and pay thousands of dollars, hundreds of dollars to over 1,000 to get them serviced. So Axel, we were emailing back and forth, and he was giving me a list of I never even heard of some of these watches, man. So I want to bring him on for selfish reasons to educate me, but also, hopefully, you guys, maybe I can open up a group of a genre of watches that maybe you guys are not typically exposed to, and I got to try to get more German watches in. I really would love to focus my channel on German watches, and be like the German watch guy on YouTube. But I mean, it's not realistic. I mean, I need to do other reviews too, because I want to put out content for everyone. And I can't possibly do that with German watches all the time, unless I do like, topic videos too. I mean, I guess I could do that. But I think the heart and soul of my channel is the reviews with topics every once in a while and these live streams, I love doing that too. And I've been doing the State of Collection live streams every other week. I don't want to hammer you guys with one every week, unless you guys want that. But I also enjoy going on Amin's live streams on Wednesdays and discussing topics and whatnot. That's also fun. Now those guys on Wednesday nights at 9 o'clock, man, they know their stuff, man. Ahmed, Marcus G, Colin, and Joe, they know their stuff, man. And it's great. It's great to be surround myself with knowledgeable guys in that aspect in regards to those kind of watches. Now, there are knowledgeable people in different types of watches and Seikos or whatever, and I love hanging out with that too. I just I like these groups that I'm exposed to. It's a lot of fun because I like learning from people. I feel like I get more. I definitely get more out of the relationship than they get out of me or you guys. I get more out of you guys than you get out of me for sure. But I mean that in the most complimentary way. I'm not trying to. Anyway, yeah, Chris's live stream last night with Rick's collection, that was bananas, right? I mean, like Rick's got, a crazy collection, and man, he's got, from FP Journe, Rolex, Patek, and then some like really interesting watches too, that you may not see every day. It's very interesting. It's very interesting to see like somebody like that collect watches, or anybody collect watches, or whatever your reasoning is behind collecting watches. That's why I love doing this kind of stuff here. Rob just recorded an unboxing with you playing in the background. Hope it is on the audio. Yeah, sure, man. Yeah, and then I hope you get some thumbs down, because not because of what you're doing, but because you got that crazy Bobby Legs in the background. I'm kidding. Marcus is an encyclopedia. He totally is, man. That dude is a smart dude, man. He's a smart dude. Just like about everything, Like, he's a really smart guy. He knows his stuff. We can send other watches, and you can buy. Okay, okay, man. Nilo, I like how you think. Send me your watches. I'll review them, and I'll just focus on buying German watches. So then, what's the next German watch uh, for me? The Moser, yeah, yeah. Now Marcus has a what is it? Is it the Endeavor calendar? I forget what it is. I forget the name. It's one of the watches that I want. I'm blanking on the perpetual calendar. That's what it is. That's a beautiful, beautiful watch. So in regards to German watches, it's tough. It's tough not to get the Flieger watch, right? We were just talking about the pilot's watch, Flieger's watch with Long Island watch. Now, I never had a Flieger watch or had one in for review. My buddy Ryan's got a Laco, and I should borrow his. But there's definitely some cool brands out there, German brands that do Fliegers. I mean, like you got Stova, right? I mean, you got your five. The Flieger 5, even though IWC is not a German brand, but they made Flieger watches for the German Lufthansa. Wempe is another one that made them for the German Air Force. You have Laco, as I mentioned, and whatever the other two are, Stova and whatnot. So that's interesting. Young Hands is also really super interesting design. I've been toying with the idea of picking up their annual calendar, which you can find on sale sometimes on like Joma Shop. But that I've been toying with them because they can. I feel like I need like a little bit of a dressy watch in my collection, even though I'm not going anywhere. But that I didn't like them at first, but now I'm starting to dig them a little bit. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll get one of those. I'll get one of those in. My next German watch is the Zinn U50. Man, Daniel, I said it before. If I didn't feel like my collection was so freaking dive watch heavy, and that makes me anxious for some stupid reason, I would be getting a Zinn U50 because I just love the dimensions of that watch. And I said it before, that watch is actually thinner than my Black Bay 58. It's got a Salida 200. I guess that's a thin movement. And then Chris as well. And I think is it Daniel? Is it a 300-meter diver or 500-meter diver? There's something crazy water resistance on that watch as well. Correct me if I'm wrong. Please let me know. I lust for the U52. Yeah, Joe chiming in. Yeah, 500 meters, man. 500 meters for that watch. And so like my Tudor Black Bay is 11.9. I think the U50 is right. Duh, makes sense. U50 500 meters is like around just over 11 millimeters. U1 1,000 meters, yeah. I was just saying Longo was one of the original 5. Right. Okay. Bingo. Thanks, Amin. Sorry, I didn't mean to. Yeah. Movado makes a good looking dress watch, but they're crap. Yeah. Yeah. Movado's, I mean, I have a couple buddies of mine who don't know or are not watch enthusiasts, but it was like tag and Movado, man, especially growing up like in the 90s and early 2000s, like tag and Movado, that's what people wanted, which is interesting. I get tag. Movado though, I mean, I don't know. It never really did it for me. I felt like there was nothing going on with the dial. It was just like, black and then two hands and then like a fake diamond at the 12 o'clock or whatever it was. Um, I don't know. I feel like Movados and remember those Z Cavaricci pants like the Guidos used to wear. Like I don't know if you guys what part of the country you are, but here in the New York City area, yeah, the Guidos are like Italian guys with like I don't know, kind of dressed like Vanilla Ice a little bit. They had the Z Cavaricci's pants that like have they just puffed out a little bit, and then they got tailored down to the ankles and they'd wear Movados, and then cardigans when cardigans was style with the white turtleneck and the gold chain outside of that, you know. Yeah. So every time I think of Movado, I think of those dudes, you know. Um, but yeah, so I mean, the U50 is so tempting, man. I had Clayton and I are around the same age, and I think he grew up in the Midwest, but I think nobody was immune to Z Cavaricci's in the late '80s, early '90s. You know, with my British nights. Yes. Oh man, you're bringing me back, man. I'm remembering those BK commercials, man. Those British night commercials now. Um, but the U150 is always still going to be a possibility. I think for me, it's always going to be there. I know Pete over at Chilling at with Watches, picked one up recently or got his delivered recently. Um, it's just a cool looking watch. And I used to never be into the Lego hands, and now I'm into the Lego hands. And okay, I used to never be into the snowflake hands, and now I'm into the snowflake hands. The Orient Star Classic. That's a good looking watch. So like, here's the thing with the dress watch. I really have expensive taste with far more what I can afford with the dress watch. But I'm not going anywhere, right? I don't have the occasion to wear your typical dress watch, and there's guys out there who wear their dress watches, every day or no matter what they're doing, even if it's casual, and that's great too. Um, but something like the Orient Star Classic really makes like sense to me. Like if I have to like really make sense out of it, and I don't want to make sense out of it, man. I don't. But no, but that's a good suggestion. Um, Finished pretty great with the low end quartz movement for a price on it. So yeah, absolutely. We're talking about the Movados, yeah. Um, yeah, Orients are really good watches at good prices, man. Yeah. Um, so getting back to the German watches, and I still, there's still a pretty good amount of people on the stream, so I'm going to keep talking if you guys are into it. The I still prefer to get something that is maybe not so recognizable, at least the brand name now. Like I mean, I like Zen. I really do like Zen. I would love to add more Zen to my collection. I like Damasco. I will definitely add a Damasco back in my collection one day. But yeah, but I'm still looking for more stuff that's a little bit more obscure. Don Bluthenzon is another great brand. I'm sorry if I butchered that name. Another great German brand that do a lot of high quality stuff, a lot of modification of the 6498. And they're starting, and they also have an in-house movement too with one of their watches. Great stuff. The case back on these things are just amazing. Um, then what else? Then there's Kadoki, and Joe, who's on. I don't know if he's still on. He has a Kadoki, the Kadoki 2, I think it is, and that is such an amazing watch, man. Amazing, man. And he was able to communicate with the watchmaker and his wife through the process, and that's awesome. That is awesome. But then there's also some German watches that I would consider like to be more in affordable range for me, under the 1,000 mark, and you can go Stova, even though Stova is pretty well known, I think, here in the States, and for watch enthusiasts anyway. There's other German watches that that I'm looking at, that are possibilities. But I don't know. I need to be. I feel like I need something to grab at me. And right now, I haven't really. Everything that's grabbing at me is like over 5K, right? I'm looking for something more affordable, that if I decide not to keep it in a collection, I can part ways with it rather quickly. Yeah, Joe. High fives. High fives for your Kadoki. Joe just actually turned me on to a watch recently, a brand called Revolver, and a Reservoir. I'm sorry, and there's also a brand called Revolver. I actually reviewed one, and those watches are the Reservoir watches are wild. They have the retrograde minute and jumping hour, very reminiscent of a Gerald Genta brand watch. Not his designs like the Royal Oak and whatnot, but very reminiscent of that Gerald Genta style. Even though the styling is totally different, you get a different vibe from the watches. Um, yeah, hour and 6 minutes in. Let's share the screen, shall we? Um, and take a look. And so, this is. I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about here. These watches are really fantastic. They're so cool. This is a French brand that is Swiss made, but the company is based in France. And check this out. I'm going to press play, and you can see here how this goes up and jumps back. Um, so crazy. This is a racing themed watch. So this looks like a little speedometer needle, and the reserve here looks like a fuel tank, right? So you have this half full, quarter full, three-quarters full, and that's the power reserve. So it's got like a 37 to 40 hour power reserve. So when you're here at 4 force, you have full charge. So pretty wild stuff, man. Um, but that's the kind of stuff that distracts me from my game plan. Um, I like those too gimmicky for Delaware. Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's gimmicky in a little bit, but I mean, I kind of that's part of the reason why I like it. I like that it's different. That's I got these safe watches, right? Not safe like I put them in a safe. I got the watches like the Zen. I got the Tudors. The watches that are great watches. They're beautiful in my eyes, but they don't have like necessarily a wow factor. Not that I need a wow factor, but maybe sometimes I do. And so that watch is so the reservoir is so different. And is it gimmicky? Yeah, but you know what? I could wear that watch. I could wear that watch, man. I could totally wear that watch. Um, check out Wempe Armor. Okay, I will. I will definitely will. Let's bring it up here. Iron Walker. Let's see here. I'm gonna pull it up first, and then share my screen. Chrome tab. Iron Walker. All right. So look at that thing. Oh, so it looks like it has an integrated bracelet. Yeah, I mean I've seen this watch. I didn't realize it was called the Iron Walker. I mean that's a good looking watch. I mean I feel like it's you're still with the integrated bracelet bandwagon, you know. But that's pretty. That's a pretty cool looking watch, man. That is a good looking watch. I had to say. Um, looks really thin. Yeah, yeah. I don't know what the price on that is, but that looks, yeah, it feels like a budget BC. Right, but I mean, it's got the integrated bracelet. Like it feels like a budget Royal Oak, or it feels like it could be a Laureato, or a Defy Classic. You know, there's a lot of those watches that look alike. You know, but that was actually a pretty good looking one. I like that one. Um, well, guys, it's 10 after 10. It's probably my bedtime. Apologies again. I know Brad really wanted to be here tonight, and we'll try to fix it. I don't think we're going to be able to do tomorrow, but maybe. Yeah, it's sure. I know we have one day. Thanks, Neil. Thanks for that suggestion. I'll definitely take a look at it a little bit further. Um, but hopefully we can get Brad that technical difficulties straightened out, and then next week, we'll try to do this again. Guys, thank you so much for hanging in there and had a great conversation tonight. And I will see you guys soon. Good night.